Hey guys, Fred and Sheila McCoy, Hatfield McCoy Museum, fredmccoy.com. Sheila's behind the camera.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great day.
Going to be a real short video. Years and years ago, back in 72, 73, 74, 75, my grandmother started a Hatfield and McCoy collection. That's back in the 1970s. They owned a country store there just above where the Preacher Aunt Hatfield's cabin is, where Ellison Hatfield was killed, where the three McCoy boys were assassinated. And Mom and Dad owned the grocery store there. And in that grocery store, and you may have heard this story in another video, so I'm not going to elaborate. It's back through Sheila's videos if you want to go watch it. But while they were at the Blackberry supermarket, Mom took a couple of the windows and she decorated them with Hatfield McCoy items, artifacts now, that her and my grandmother had collected. And at one time it was called the Hatfield McCoy collection. It was just a Hatfield McCoy collection of different items that had Hatfield McCoy history to them. Mm-hmm. Now, in about 75 or 76, they changed that. People that would see them would say, they would look at guns and different things, and they'd tell Mom and Dad, why don't you all start a museum? Well, they changed the name to it, eventually Mom did, to Hatfield McCoy Museum, and that's what we have today. Now, over the years, it was the only Hatfield and McCoy museum that there was since the 70s. Years later, after that, Gene and Henry Hatfield over in West Virginia started the Hatfield Museum, it was called. It was a mobile home, and it consisted of some pictures of Devil Anse Hatfield and so forth. But the only Hatfield and McCoy museum, because you got to understand, my grandfather over there, his mother was Nancy Hatfield, and his father was Asa McCoy. And that's my grandfather and grandmother there. And so my grandmother always thought that was something. His mother been a Hatfield and his father been a McCoy. And that's where the Hatfield and McCoy collection came from, because he was both.
Right.
Everything that he had was Hatfield and McCoy. But besides that, he was the grandson to Preacher Aunt Hatfield. And Preacher Aunt Hatfield, both his mother and father died young.
Right.
And Preacher Aunt and Polly practically raised Philip McCoy, my grandfather. And so as far as the history goes, and the DNA and all that, it's none of this made up stuff with Fred McCoy or my grandparents or my great-grandparents or great-great-grandparents. What we did after 2012, and the History Channel came out with that mini-series, everybody and their uncle started a collection. They said, oh, we've got a Hatfield and McCoy collection. Hatfield and McCoy, Hatfield and McCoy. Well, it's not true, but they can call it whatever they want. The original, the authentic Hatfield and McCoy Museum was Ella Jane McCoy and Cora McCoy. But what Sheila and I did this past year, this is April the 9th, 2024, we just got this in the mail a couple weeks ago, and that's from the United States Trademark and Patent Office, where Hatfield and McCoy Museum is now trademarked and unlawful for anybody else to use. It's a shame that a person has to do that, but that's what we did in order to protect the families, not just mine and Sheila's, it's the families, it's the grandchildren, it's the children and so forth, collection, artifacts, memorabilia, keepsakes. So we just want to make a small video of that showing. You can take a picture of it and put it
I will. I'll add it at the end.
Showing that Hatfield and McCoy Museum, due to all the people that was coming up using that name, it is now trademarked and owned by the McCoy family. So it's Fred and Sheila will do the closing.
guys. Hope you're having a great day. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.